Yes, welcome to the show today. I'm at that forum that I talked about this weekend where I was banned. And the reason why I was banned was my own fault. I fought back to the nerds that were attacking me. You know, I don't let people talk shit to me, and that's just the way I am. But it was my own fault. I forgot to mention that. I could have been passive and meek and, tried to fit in and been a nice guy, but it's just not my nature, fellas. You guys know me. You know what I'm about and what I'm like. That's why I got the women I do. Women like that kind of man. A rogue, this kind of guy that goes and gets it and doesn't take shit. But speaking of doesn't take shit, I want you guys to read something with me. This motherfucker is asking, next LTR for slapping you? Would you next a chick if she slapped you in a heated argument? Would you next a chick if she slapped you in a heated argument? He has to ask the question. This is what I'm talking about. What's wrong with men today? A bunch of pussy-made, bitch-ass mofos. When someone slaps you, I'm an expert at that. Not from slapping people. I have never slapped a woman in my life. When I was a child, that was one of my mom's tools. And there's nothing more demeaning than being slapped. I recall being on the front lawn with my friends, and my mother came out of the house, and to demean me in front of my friends, she slapped the shit out of me. When someone slaps you, that is a total disrespect. You should never, ever let someone slap you, a woman slap you. That means she has no respect for you. And once a woman loses respect for you, she will not get it back. So many guys out there are willing to put up with all types of bullshit. As my last show showed, one guy allowing his woman to sleep with more than 3 other men, just because they think she is so hot. She is beautiful. And then they say Lucifer was a beautiful angel too. Men, as I've said before, we've lost our motherfucking balls. It's time to reach down, grab your cojones, that's your balls, and give them a good squeeze and remind yourself that you're men. Now, I'm not about putting your hands on a female, and I would never do that. My father never did that to my mother, even though he was a player. So I didn't grow up in that kind of environment. I know there was that issue with that Chris Brown singer guy, biting her. God, ugh. Weird. But I didn't grow up in an environment where, men beat women. So in this kind of situation, if that happened to me, I would have grabbed her by the arms and held her arms to her side and got up in her face. And it would have been over. I would have told her up and down. I would have cussed her out and yelled at her. And then walked the fuck out of her life. You don't ever disrespect me like I'm a goddamn bitch. Like my damn dog. One of the things my mother ingrained in us, don't ever let someone kick you like a dog. Now you got to remember, my mother came from the old school of African Americans, where we got kicked like dogs. We got hosed. We weren't allowed to vote. Shit like that. And she was very adamant about never letting someone slap, even though she slapped the shit out of us, or at least me, and and kick you. They basically treat you like a dog. And maybe that was her training program for me, and maybe that's why I am the way I am. But we have to have more respect for ourselves. We must learn to respect ourselves again, fellas. We've got to reverse this game. You got to quit putting the pussy on the pedestal. just because she's so hot and beautiful. She's a perfect 9, or however you guys number the shit, 10. That's some nerd shit right there, by the way. Oh, she's up 9.785. And I can't leave her. This is what happens. He let her get away with it. He just sent her a signal. He's training her not to respect him. And Wheezy, I guarantee you that relationship he's in, he's going to be the one who gets asked out. He's going to be on that forum, whatever that forum is. I'm not going to say the name of it. He's going to be back there crying like a bitch because he hasn't manned up yet. He doesn't even know he's a man. He just does some kind of thing with the dick. You know, it's more to being a man than just having a dick. Understand that. Because little boys have dicks. They ain't men yet. So you fellas out there who are little boys, I think it's time for you to grow up and be men. As I just was telling my students on my forum, you got to handle your life like a business. You got to handle your game with women like a business, because they do. Women are very businesslike in their game. You'll notice that. They'll give you a contract. I'm not sleeping with you till the 6th date. Take me to dinner. That is a contract. As I teach on my forum, you get that contract, and you're contracting there first. And this game, it's about marketing yourself. Finding the right ones you want to market yourself to. What can she bring to your table? Not just her well made up face, her push-up bras, her high heels to tilt the calves and the ass so it looks good, and the padded jeans or whatever. A woman's got to bring more to your table than that, because they demand you do the same thing. So it's time for us to demand the same thing. We got to stop punking out to these women. It's time for us to take our power back as men. Some of you guys, you don't have any control over your dick. Your dick is your brain. And you're the ones who say, blast out, oh, but she's so beautiful, she's so hot. Like the fellow who let his woman sleep with 3 other guys and still took her back. That's a motherfucker who does not have control over his dick. In pimp school, if you let your dick run you, that means you're a trick. When you rise up in the game and become a pimp in your life, that's when your brain, your real brain, takes over. And you run it like a business. So in closing, don't ever let some shit like this happen to you.